What? What? We're just gonna start recording, man? What? We're just gonna go in. We're just gonna go in blind. We're just gonna go in raw. We going raw, dude. We going raw, dude. Manual fade out, dude. Come on now. We're still doing that, dude. We're still doing that, dude. Are you kidding me? Haters gonna hate. You damn right we're still doing the manual fade out, man. In the intro. What do you want me to do about that, huh? We're still working on stuff here, y'all. We're still working on stuff. And by the way, I've been working on stuff, and we have the Yeti mic. Not using this proprietary MacBook Pro microphone anymore. We got the Yeti. We got the mini USB to USB-C cable. Too hard to find, by the way. Ordered it, hooked it up, working like a charm. So that's it, man. I'm getting to work for y'all, okay? Next order of business is I'm going to get maybe a little console so I can do some extra audio stuff. But, man, for right now, we'll do the manual fade out. We're fine with it. But, yeah, Oscar Guy here. How's it going, y'all? Welcome to the Oscar Guy Here podcast episode I don't even know. How's that? How's that for not just I don't even know. I don't even know what episode. It's like 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there. In the teens, for sure. Well, let's check. And how do you check? Oh, I'll show you how we check. We check by going to OscarGuyHere.com. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. OBS, pulling up Chrome. There it is. There it is. OscarGuyHere.com. We're on the homepage right now, but if we go to podcast and we go down to the latest episode, okay, 15. I was a little bit off. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, well, we are on episode 15 of the Oscar Guy Here. No, this is 16. 15 was the last one. Know what I mean? No, 15 was the last one. Okay, so welcome to the podcast, episode 16. If you're watching the video podcast right now, you see that I am currently on my website, OscarGuyHere.com, on my podcast page, where you can see the latest 5 podcasts for your listening pleasure, as well as the RSS feed for you to copy. Do whatever you want with it. Set up your own damn feed. Or you could listen to me on Spotify, Apple Music, no, Amazon Music, sorry, or YouTube. So that's that. But yeah, I updated my videos page. We got, I need to update that headline. Actually, it still says 2025 Oscar ceremony, so I will work on that. Right. Whoopsie daisies there. Got my Golden Globes nominations reaction, my Critics' Choice nominations reactions up there. My video podcasts are up there, as well as some of my other ones. My predictions, which I definitely still need to update. I'm going to be updating those probably this week or next week before the holidays. And of course my reviews, which I'm pulling in directly from Letterboxd via an RSS feed. So there you go. I did see a couple movies. Let's just get right into things. I don't really have an agenda. I didn't really whip up an agenda today. So we're just going to fly by the seat of our pants, fellas. So I guess we will start off with a couple of movies that I did see since the last episode. And those are J. Kelly, you'll see, and Hamnet. J. Kelly. I really enjoyed it. I really liked J. Kelly. There's a lot of J. Kelly detractors out there. Some people think it's a little pretentious. It's a little like, first world problems. This like rich actor has these issues, and all these people, these agents and these managers, like it's very, give me the tuna tartare, stuff like that. But it just works for me, man. It works. I really like the way Noah Baumbach writes his characters, and the attention to detail, the minutia of his screenplays, and just the wit of his screenplays. And yeah, it's not for everybody. It's a lot of fast talking, a lot of cutting each other off, you know, stuff like that. But you know, it really did work for me. I thought it was very carefully and well made, well acted. Adam Sandler is great. George Clooney is great. Laura Dern. Everybody. What's his face? Billy Crudup gives a great brief performance near the beginning of the film. I don't know, man. I just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I really dug it. But I can see why people wouldn't be into it. You kind of have to be on its side right from jump, and if you're not, then it is what it is. It's fine. Right from jump, I was on board with that opening tracking shot. I was like, okay, this is great. This is great stuff. So that's really all I gotta say about that for right now. I really dug it. I gave it a 4.4. I gave it a 4.4, man. So you ever playing 4.4? So that was that, and then I saw Hamnet in theaters finally. And geez Louise, what a, I don't want to say it was a doozy, but it was an emotional doozy. If you catch, if you know what I mean. I mean, it was crazy. I was there's no way you walk out of that film completely just gutted and emotionally distraught, but there's a level of catharsis at the end of that film that makes it pretty much all worth it in the end. It's beautiful. It's very well made. You know, Chloe Zhao's direction, much like Baumbach's direction, in a completely different way, is very careful and very empathetic for its subjects. I don't know how well the adaptation is from the novel, but from what I heard, it's pretty faithful. Like Jay Kelly, there are also some Hamnet detractors out there, and again, I do see why people wouldn't be into this. Some people are saying it's very emotionally manipulative. It's like, it's kind of like poking and prodding at you. Like, are you crying yet? Are you crying yet? Are you crying yet? And I kind of felt that a little bit in the film, but like I said, the ending pretty much justifies it all in the end. But yeah, it is not an easy watch at all. It is, you really go through the ringer with Jesse Buckley's character, especially, and with Mescal and their children in the film. Jacoby Jupe is killer. The who plays Hamnet, the kid. He is like a trained actor. It's crazy. It's insane. One of the best child performances I've seen since Milo Machado Graner in Anatomy of a Fall. It's at that level. It is at least at that level. So, very good performances. Jessie Buckley, I don't see her not winning Best Actress for this. And, you know, I really liked Paul Mescal in this film. I think, you know, there's some people out there that are saying that Mescal was a little bit shallow emotionally. I don't know. I didn't really see that. I thought he was fantastic. And yeah, I mean, it was just, it was very cathartic. It was very cathartic and showed us how art can be really the secret weapon to coping with grief, with incalculable grief that Jessie Buckley's character goes through. Insane. But I really liked it. I didn't completely love it, but I really liked it. And you see, I gave it a 4.3. Now that I kind of sit with it and simmer on it, I would say maybe a 4.2. Maybe a tenth of a point down. But that doesn't mean that I don't like it. That doesn't mean I don't like it. I think it's great. I think it's a great movie. Not perfect, but it's great. I did like Jay Kelly a little bit more though. So that's what I've been watching. I only watched those two films. I still need to see Wake Up Dead Man. That just came out on Netflix recently, so I have that on my list. I'd like to see Hedda at some point. And Marty Supreme is coming out pretty soon on Christmas. I definitely will be checking that out. And hopefully I will be seeing No Other Choice as well. So those are like, and Secret Agent. I think those films are the ones that I need to get to seeing very, very soon, sooner rather than later, to round out the award season, if you will. But yeah, that's what I've watched so far, y'all. If we go back to my site, you'll see, don't mind the headline here. You'll see that I did react to the Golden Globe nominations and also the Critics' Choice nominations. If you haven't checked those out yet, go ahead. My quick thoughts, they were pretty tame. They were both pretty tame. Other than maybe Emily Blunt getting into the Globes and supporting actress, that was a shock. Nouvelle Vogue and Blue Moon getting into picture and not Wicked, or Jay Kelly, that was kind of a shock too. Other than that, it was basically, is to be expected. Ann Lee isn't really showing up anywhere so far. Other than that, it's been kind of, we can go through my predictions, but I don't want to do that just because my predictions are not very accurate right now. So what I could do, you know what? We'll go through my predictions. Not the predictions, but the race spreadsheets here. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my site real quick, and I am going to show you guys some of the spreadsheet work that I've been doing. Basically just like inputting all of the precursor tallies and things of that nature to each set here. Gotta enter my password here. There you go. Log into my site. All right, here we go. Go into predictions. Go back to OBS. Show Chrome. There's Chrome right there. So if we go to picture and go to view the race, and I'm going to go ahead and hide my webcam because last time I did an oopsie poopsie. Actually, I'm just going to do this. How's this? We're professionals. Professional. So we're just going to do that, right? So the best picture race. Here we go. So what we got? One Battle's crushing it, brother. I need to update these critics tallies. These are outdated. I have not updated these critics tallies, but so ignore that for right now. But One Battle is actually absolutely crushing it with the critics tallies, in addition to winning NYFCC, LA Film Critics, NBR, getting into AFI Top 10, and getting nominated at Critics' Choice and Golden Globe Comedy. It's going to crush it all season long. Don't be doing that. Don't be going back. Don't be doing that to me, man. Don't be doing that to me. Okay. So, shut up. Don't do that. That's so stupid. Why does it do that? No, don't do that. I'm gonna do this. Okay. So Sinners is also doing very well with making NBR and AFI, as well as getting into Critics' Choice and Golden Globe. Same thing with Marty Supreme and Frankenstein. Those are, and Hamnet as well. Hamnet not getting the NBR, I'm not worried about that, but these are the obvious top 5 right here. One Battle, Sinners, Marty Supreme, Frankenstein, Hamnet. Sentimental Value also doing very well. Wicked for Good is hanging on by a thread in a way. I think it's going to be an early season thing, and it's just kind of, I think it might just taper off once SAG comes around and once it gets into the nitty gritty in January. Jay Kelly's also hanging on by a thread. Begonia is also an outside shot. Train Dreams is doing exceptionally well, not only with its precursor count so far. It did miss Golden Globe though, but I'm not too worried about that. It's been doing very well with critics groups as well, so that's great. Secret Agent doing fantastic. It Was Just an Accident doing fantastic. Avatar: Fire and Ash a little bit tapering off. No Other Choice is one of Neon's lesser performing films, unfortunately. but it's still showing up where it needs to. Blue Moon, Nouvelle Vague, random, nominations at Golden Globe, and then these are just NBR. So that's picture right there. Director, PTA is really crushing it. I want to say he has the most critics tallies right now, but he won director at LA and NBR and got into both Critics' Choice and Golden Globe. Chloe Zhao's showing up. Joachim Trier's showing up. Coogler's showing up. Jafar Panahi's showing up. Del Toro got both Critics' Choice and Golden Globe, so we'll see what happens with Del Toro. Josh Safdie, hanging on by a thread just a little bit. He might not make the 5, but we shall see. And then all of these other guys are pretty much very outside shots. Phil Ho, do not underestimate him for a random Ruben Östlund-esque nomination on Oscar morning. So keep an eye out for him. So that's director, actress. Let's go to actress. Buckley and Byrne. It's the Buckley and Byrne fight. Just like we had the Battle of the Stones a couple years ago, we got Buckley Byrne duking it out, man. As far as critics groups. Now, Byrne won NBR, NY, and LA for actress. And got in both at Critics' Choice and Golden Globe. Buckley has done the same, except for those previously mentioned precursors. But as far as critics groups are concerned, they are basically neck and neck right now. So it really is between those two women. Renate Reinsve is doing well. Seyfried is doing well, even though Ann Lee is kind of tapering off a little bit. Emma Stone is doing quite well, getting into both Critics' Choice and Golden Globe. That's a pleasant surprise to me. Same thing with Chase Infinity. We'll see how far she goes. I know she is a super newcomer, so I think she is an outside shot for her Oscar chances, but never say never. Kate Hudson, hang on by a thread a little bit. Same thing with Julia Roberts. Lawrence Thompson maybe has some kind of a shot. Laura Dern got a Golden Globe drama. No, Laura Dern didn't get anything. Never mind. Ava Victor got that surprise Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress Drama. That was awesome. Let's see if she can go any further than that. She did not get a Critics' Choice nomination, but that's what the actress race is looking like. Actor. Leo and Ethan Hawke are the two frontrunners right now. Chalamet has been showing up, but he hasn't really won a lot of critics groups so far. He's been getting into precursors where he needs to, but for right now, it is between DiCaprio and Hawke as far as critics groups are concerned. So it really is, and Michael B. Jordan is winning a few as well. The best actor race is looking very tight, especially for that fifth spot, sot, soot, salt, burn. No. So that, those top 4 spots, Timothée Chalamet, DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, Michael B. Jordan, Wagner Moura, Joel Edgerton, and then Jesse Plemons and George Clooney are kind of on the outside looking in. Jeremy Allen White, outside shot. Oscar Isaac, outside shot. Lee Byung-hun, outside shot. Even Dwayne Johnson, I think, is an outside shot as well. But yeah, this is a very competitive category. But I do think the solidified top 3 is Chalamet, DiCaprio, and Hawke. And then those 4th and 5th spots are really up to Jordan, Moura, Edgerton, and Plemons. Maybe George Clooney could get a SAG nomination. He could leapfrog somebody, but that's what I'm seeing right now. Supporting actress. Madigan's crushing it, man. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, look, I was a Madigan detractor for a long time. She's in a horror film, but she's got a great performance in that film. She's got a great narrative. Supporting actress is kind of chaotic this year, and we need a frontrunner. And I think it's really between her and Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor and Amy Madigan are crushing it with awards bodies right now, but especially Madigan. So, you know, maybe I should come along the Madigan train. Maybe I should come along. But I swear to God, if she misses an Oscar nomination, I'm going to be like, I hate to say I told you so, y'all. I hate to say I told you so. She's not a lock for the Oscar. I'm sorry. She's close. We're going to have to see what happens at SAG. And I think BAFTA's after the Oscar nominations this year anyway, but we're going to have to see if she wins both Critics' Choice and Golden Globe, and if she gets nominated at SAG, then I would say she's probably going to get at least Oscar nominated. And if she even gets nominated, she is a front runner to win. So I guess it's happening, folks. I guess it's happening. I've been doubting it all year, but I'm getting close to hopping aboard the train. I'm running. So here's the Madigan train right here. I'm running aside the Madigan train, and I'm about to reach my hand out and climb aboard as it choo choos its way out into the late season. The master of analogies, am I? You know what I mean? Um, the Madigan train analogy. So yeah, you know what I mean. She maybe it'll happen for her, and great, great. It's not like I don't want her to get nominated. I think her performance is great. But I wasn't really seeing it personally. But then again, Jamie Lee Curtis won for Everything Everywhere. So what the hell do we know? So that's the supporting actress race right now. Ibsdar Lilius and Elle Fanning are getting in where they need to. Ariana Grande is like tapering off a little bit. She's not getting a whole lot of critics groups love. Emily Blunt, again, she got that Golden Globe nomination. That was very surprising. Nina Hoss has a critics win or two. The Marty Supreme girls, have they been really getting into critics groups really at all? Because they blanked at the precursors so far. So what the hell's going on there? I guess Marty Supreme is the Timmy train. It's the Timmy campaign, and not the Paltrow and Zion train. Regina Hall, I don't think is going to happen. Glenn Close, Lopez, Stanfield, very, 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 very outside shots. Supporting actor Benicio del Frick Toro is sweeping right now, essentially sweeping. Stellan Skarsgård, I think, has a critics tally or two, and he did win the LA Film Critics Award for supporting actor and got into both precursors, so he's a close second, I think, close-ish second. But Del Toro has proved to be the favorite supporting performance in One Battle over Sean Penn. Now Sean Penn has been getting a little bit. It's been mostly breadcrumbs, but so far, he's showing up, but he's not really a front runner. Del Toro is really the front runner. So we'll see what the Oscars do. We'll see what some of these other precursors do, like SAG and stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know. He's already got 2 Oscars. Why award him again for this? But the campaign trail seems to be steering in Del Toro's favor here. So he is clearly the front runner right now. Other than that, we have Mescal getting into the precursors. We have Sandler getting into both precursors. And Sandler, I don't think, has gotten this many nominations for a performance of his in a long time. So this might be his year to finally get his Oscar nomination. We'll see. But I want to say that he is definitely on the cusp to get nominated or not. A Lordy for Frankenstein's been getting in everywhere. Not a lot of critics love yet, but he's been getting in where he needs to. Andrew Scott got that LA Film Critics mention, follow-up. And then Miles Caton getting that random critics tally. That's pretty cool. Delroy Lindo, you got to pray for SAG, buddy. If you're not going to get into SAG, then it's over for you. But it kind of is already over for you. Real drag, because he has a great performance in that film. Strong and Bailey, outside shots. And then screenplay, I mean, it was just an accident. It was just an accident. Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value. Sinners is really on top of it right now in original screenplay. So that's the current front runner right now. Adapted screenplay, we have One Battle. pretty much at the top right now, followed by Hamnet and Frankenstein, perhaps Begonia, No Other Choice. That category is a little more loose, I would say. So we'll see there. Train Dreams winning the MBR was interesting. But yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. If you want to see the rest of these, I mean, you can't really see these race spreadsheets because you need to be logged into my site. But you can see, take screen caps, you know what I mean? Cake Pop Demon Hunters on top for animated feature. We got international. We got the international race right here. Secret Agent is really pulling through some stuff right here. It was just an accident. Sirat doing very well. Cinema Value, No Other Choice, all the neon stuff. Original Score, Begonia's not getting enough nominations, but that's all good. But we got One Battle, Sinners, and Hamnet, and Frankenstein really are the ones that are showing up. F1's showing up a lot too. What the hell is all that about? They love their Zimmer. Sound, we got F1, One Battle, Sinners, Wicked, Sirat's, showing up as well. Production design, I think, might be going to Frankenstein's between that and maybe Wicked. Some of these guilds still need to show up here. The one guild that we do have is costume design. CDG nominations came out, and the period, we got Frankenstein, we got Sinners, Hamnet, and Hedda. Downton Abbey grand finale got a CDG nomination for period, which was interesting. But other than that, we have One Battle. We have Wicked for Good getting the sci-fi fantasy in Critics' Choice. But yeah, that's CDG right there. Visual effects, we know who's winning. One Battle, we got in editing, we have One Battle, Marty Supreme, Sinners, F1, House of Dynamite, and Perfect Neighbor. Interesting. Very, very interesting nominations at Critics' Choice for that. But yeah, we still have BAFTA and Ace Eddie to come up. So I think that's it. I'm just showing you guys. I've been putting some work building out these spreadsheets with some of these precursor wins and precursor tallies in preparation for my updating my predictions, which again I will be doing either this week or next week. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's that. That's gonna be that, folks. So that's that. Let's take a swig of the Coke, right? Man's got to drink. Man's got to lather his throat. You know what I mean? So yeah. What I am going to do now is we are going to look up something that I have not seen yet before. And it's something that has come out today. Today is December 16th. December 16th, we have Oscar shortlists. The Oscar shortlists have been announced today. It is 7:52 p.m. and I have not seen them yet. And what we're going to do is we are going to react to them live on the podcast instead of making a standalone video because I might be lazy. But in any case, we are going to be reacting to them anyway. So let's just do that. So we're just going to get in there. We're going to react to the Oscar shortlists. These are typically shortlists for a lot of the technical categories, the international feature categories. I want to say the animated feature categories, some of the below the line categories. These shortlists come out, and what shortlists are is that they basically dwindle down films and nominees in each category, and these say 10 films get into an international feature shortlist. Only 5 of those 10 films can be nominated for the Oscar. Whoever doesn't make the shortlist obviously will not be eligible to get an Oscar nomination. So it's basically like the pre-nominations for some of these below-the-line categories. So we're going to go ahead and look it up. I have not seen these. We're just going to do it. Here we go. Oscar Shortlist 2026. Here we go. We're going on variety. You're welcome, Clayton Davis. You're welcome. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and just do it, right? We're gonna do it. We're gonna maybe increase the size of my stupid face, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna just look at it, right? Okay, so it says Oscar shortlists announced in 12 categories. Sinners and Wicked for Good lead. Wicked for Good still getting the shortlists? Are the Wicked fans gonna say, "Oh, we're so back," and after saying, "Oh, we're so dead"? We're so back, we're so dead, we're so back, we're so dead. That's been the Wicked for Good train right now. So we'll see what happens. Wow. Surratt gets strong showing. Oh, interesting developments there. Surratt, huh? Okay. All right, so let's go. Let's just look at it. Well, let's just look at them. We're going to start from the top. Here we go. Okay. Give me the list, man. Okay, so casting. This is a big one because casting is the new category being introduced this year. Is the first time best casting is showing up in the Oscar categories this year. And next year we are going to be getting a 25th category for best stunts. So the categories are expanding. So no longer 23 categories, now 24 categories and 25 next year. So best casting, we have Frankenstein. Okay, you know what? Let's do this too. And we're actually, sorry guys, we are actually going to hide this for now because I got to bring up my Google Drive, and I don't want y'all seeing what, you know, I gotta be, you know what I mean? Like, you never know. I gotta be careful what I show here. Okay, so predictions. Okay, so let's do that. Right. Okay, good. Great. Okay, so, casting. Do I have a casting spreadsheet? I do. Okay. So, let's go back to OBS. Share our screen. Share Chrome. Here we go. Okay. All right, so casting. We have Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Secret Agent. Wow. Sentimental Value, Sinners, Surratt, Weapons, and Wicked for Good. Okay. All right. So Sentimental Value's here. Accident. I don't see it was just an accident here. But I do see Surratt and Secret Agent and Sentimental Value. Interesting. Okay. No J. Kelly, no Begonia, no Train Dreams. Sinners is here. Good. But yeah. Okay. I guess that makes sense. You know, some surprises in here. You know, we got Secret Agent in here for best casting. That's very cool. And Surratt. Cool. Is Surratt like one of the international feature frontrunners right now? We'll see. So that's casting. We got cinematography. Bout of a Small Player. Okay. Wow, we got a big list. Bout of a Small Player. Great cinematography. Not a great film. Great cinematography. Begonia. Let's go. Die My Love. Interesting. F1. Frankenstein. Hamnet. Marty Supreme. Nouvelle Vague, of course. They love their black and white. One Battle. Sentimental Value. Sinners. Surratt. Song Sung Blue. Sound of Falling, Train Dreams, and Wicked for Good. Great category other than Wicked for Good. Wow. Okay. So cinematography. We got Hamnet. Did they say Sinners? Yes, it's Sinners, right? Wait, where's Sinners. Thank God. Begonia. Avatar's not here, I don't think. Nouvelle Vague is here. No Other Choice is not here. What the hell are they doing, man? Yeah, I don't think No Other Choice is going to get a lot of technical nominations, unfortunately. But F1's here. I mean, pretty much a lot of my shit on my list here basically got in. Couple stragglers. But yeah, Die My Love. Interesting. Seamus McGarvey. Okay. That's a very inspired list. That is a very inspired list, Clayton Davis. Took the words out of my mouth, or I took the words out of yours. Documentary feature. Okay, so admittedly, documentary feature is not really a category I predict for until the late season, pretty much until all of the precursors are done, and things start lining up. I pretty much predict the documentary feature pretty much before the Oscar nominations are announced, really, based on what we know at that point. Because other than that, I don't really know what I'm talking about. But here we go. Documentary feature, we have The Alabama Solution, Apocalypse in the Tropics, Coexistence My Ass, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cover Up, Cutting Through Rocks, Folk Tales, Holding Liat, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, Mistress Dispeller, My Undesirable Friends Part 1, Last Air in Moscow. That's been doing very, very well in the precursors. The Perfect Neighbor, same thing. Seeds, 2,000 meters to Andrivica, and Yanuni. Okay. All right. So I will drum up a spreadsheet for those Mama Jammas, and we'll see what 5 make it in. But for right now, My Undesirable Friends and The Perfect Neighbor are like the two ones. And Alabama Solution I've heard great things about as well. But the documentary category historically has been extremely unpredictable. I did okay last year, I think, but in previous years, it is like you never know what they're going to do. They snub front runners like out of nowhere, but we'll see what happens there. So next up, we have documentary short. Okay. Shorts categories are finally lining up. We don't know anything about the shorts until the shortlist, so here we go. No pun intended. All the Empty Rooms. All the Walls Came Down. Armed Only with a Camera. The Life and Death of Brent Renal. Bad Hostage. Cashing Out. Chasing Time. Children No More. Where Were and Are Gone. Classroom 4. The Devil is Busy. Heartbeat. Last Days on Lake Trinity. On Healing Land, Birds Perch. Perfectly a Strangeness. Ravina's Choice. And We Are the Scenery. Okay. Noted. International feature. Big. What makes it in the shortlist? Belen from Argentina. Secret Agent from Brazil. It Was Just an Accident from France. Sound of Falling from Germany. Homebound from India. The President's Cake from Iraq. Kokuho from Japan. All That's Left of You from Jordan. Sentimental Value from Norway. Palestine 36 from Palestine. No Other Choice from South Korea. Sirat from Spain. Late Shift from Switzerland. Left-Handed Girl from Taiwan. The Voice of Hin Rajab, Tunisia. Okay. That makes actually like perfect sense. There's a couple like Kokuho I wasn't aware of. All That's Left of You. Other than that, like and Homebound I wasn't really aware of either. But all of these other ones, yes, no shit. They made the short list. So no like major outliers. What I would have loved to see here is Resurrection from China, but China didn't even submit that film, which is insane because Resurrection is a masterpiece. But I digress. Whatever. I know in my heart what's supposed to be winning this category, but personally, okay. But yeah, No Other Choice. The Love That Remains didn't make it in. The Love That Remains from Iceland did not make it in. I thought that would make it in. Okay. And My Father's Shadow. I don't think My Father's Shadow is English speaking, but that didn't make it. My Father's Shadow has been doing very, very well. It kind of killed it at the Gotham Awards, and I've heard wonderful things about it. But man, that didn't make it in. That surprises me. Okay, well there you go. Roll that one out. All right, so that's international feature. So what's next is makeup and hairstyling. The Alto Knights. Okay, Frankenstein, Kokuho again, Marty Supreme, Nuremberg, One Battle After Another, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, The Ugly Stepsister, okay, and Wicked for Good. Interesting. Okay, so what's not here? Sinners. Sinners is here. Smashing Machine is here. Wolfman is not here. Why was Wolfman even in contention, folks? People were saying Wolfman was a thing. Wolfman's not a thing. Okay? So 28 years later is not here. What? 28 years later is not here. What do you mean? More like 28 years behind. 28 days behind. Marty Supreme is here. Wonderful. Wizard of the Kremlin, gone. Ann Lee, gone. Weapons. Brother. Weapons. Amy Madigan's makeup wasn't enough. The jokester makeup wasn't enough for Amy Madigan. Amy Madigan's transformation. Was that not enough? Was that not enough? Does this hurt her supporting actress chances? That's more correlative to the lead acting categories, I will say. But, man, interesting. That makeup and hairstyling. Weapons missed it, man. Weapons missed it. Oh, yeah. I mean, oh, no. That's crazy, man. Wow. And yet they went with the Ugly Stepsister. Yeah. Other than that, I got my list here. Okay, so that's that. We got original score. Begonia gets into the shortlist. It probably won't get nominated. Let us pray. Let us pray that it gets nominated. But at least it makes the shortlist. That makes up for them snubbing the Saturday Night score from the shortlist last year. You schmucks. Avatar: Fire and Ash. Wow. Okay. Begonia, Captain America, Brave New World, Diane Warren, Relentless, F1. Again, that's been showing up, so don't be surprised if that's getting an Oscar nod. It can sneak into the Oscar 5. Frankenstein, Hamnet. Oh, Max Richter also did Hamnet. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Hedda. Here's Hedda, Hilary Gunadottir. House of Dynamite, Bertleman. We got Jay Kelly, awesome, gets in. Marty Supreme gets in, wonderful. Nuremberg, One Battle, Sinners, Sirat, Train Dreams, Tron Ares, Truth and Treason, interesting. Wake Up Dead Man, and Wicked for Good. That's like basically everything. That's basically everything, I want to say. Ballad of a Small Player is not here. Sentimental Value's not here. Jay Kelly is here. Sirat, F1, Frankenstein. Frankenstein here? Yes. Hamnet, Sinners. Yeah, everything made it. Basically everything made it. And then some. So, okay. Makes sense. Moving on from there, we have original song. Okay. As Alive as You Need Me to Be from Tron Ares. Dear Me from Diane Warren, Relentless. And Water is Wet. Dream as One from Avatar: Fire and Ash. Drive from F1. Dying to Live from Billy Idol Should Be Dead. The Girl in the Bubble from The Wicked for Good. Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters. Highest to Lowest makes the shortlist. Okay. I Lied to You from Sinners. Last Time I Seen the Sun from Sinners. No Place Like Home from Wicked for Good. Our Love from The Ballad of Wallace Island. Salt, then sweet, then sour, then sweet, then salt, then sweet, then sour, then sweet. Come and See Me in the Good Light. Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verdi, and Train Dreams from Train Dreams. That's pretty much everything. That's basically everything. That's basically everything, right? Drive, No Place Like Home, Dream is One. Dear Me, Highest to Lowest, Give Your Love. Was that the one? Give Your Love? Oh, no. Our Love from the bottom. Okay. Know Your Idol. So only one K-pop song and 2 Wicked for Good songs. And yeah, Clothed by the Sun. No Clothed by the Sun. Dude, Ann Lee's dead. Ann Lee is just so dead. Ann Lee is so dead. Ann Lee, you throw that in the garbage. Throw it in the garbage. Seyfried might still get in, but dude, it's really bad. It's looking really bad for Ann Lee. Looking real bad for Ann Lee. Wow. Wow. Okay, but everything else basically pretty much got it. Moving on from there, animated short film. Again, shorts categories. Here we go. Autocar, Butterfly, Cardboard, Iru, Forever Green, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Hurricane, I Dried an Earpin, The Night Boots, Playing God, The Quintas Ghosts, Retirement Plan, Snow Bear, and The Three Sisters. Noted. Live action short, Otto, Amarella, Beyond Silence, The Boy with White Skin, Butcher's Strain, Butterfly on a Wheel, Dad's Not Home, Extremist, A Friend of Dorothy, Jane Austen's period drama, Pantyhose, The Pearl Comb, Rock, Paper, Scissors, The Singers, Two People Exchanging Saliva. That's... Dude, we had... What was it? Kiss? The kissing... Yuck. Remember Yuck from last year? It's about two kids kissing. Two people exchanging saliva. Basically Yuck 2. You know what I mean? Sound. Avatar Fire and Ash. F1. Frankenstein. Mission Impossible. One Battle After Another. Sinners. Sirat. Springsteen Delivered Me From Nowhere. There you go. Spider-Man. Superman, sorry. And Wicked for Good. Okay. Let's pull up sound. Anything else miss? Sinners is here. Wicked for Good is here. Avatar is here. One Battle is here. Warfare didn't make the cut. Warfare got that Critics' Choice nomination, but didn't make the cut here. You sons of bitches. That's probably the most glaring omission right here. That's crazy. No Mission Impossible either. No Mission Impossible. Frankenstein is here. Springsteen is here. And Lee, dead. Absolutely dead, dude. House of Dynamite is not here as well. Marty Supreme is not here. Oh, wait, Mission Impossible is here. What am I talking about? There it is. And yeah, Sirat's killing it, man. Sirat's killing it in the below line categories. Anything else? We have visual effects. Avatar, obviously. The Electric State. F1, Frankenstein, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, Sinners. Nice. Superman, Tron, Ares, Wicked for Good. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the shortlist. Okay, some surprises along the way. Some glaring omissions and surprises along the way, but mostly to be expected. Key takeaways, Ann Lee, gone. Sirat, very, very, very good showing. All the international features picks got in except for My Father's Shadow. Documentary and the shorts categories are dwindling down a little bit. Cinematography, they basically included everything. And then casting. We have a good baseline for what casting may look like on Oscar nominations morning. So that's that. That's the Oscar shortlist. Now I need to circle back and update my sheets. And maybe update some of these critics groups and critics tallies. Wow. Okay. Yeah, weapons making casting, but not making makeup and hairstyling. That's very interesting. I mean, were there not enough prosthetics, guys? I guess there weren't enough prosthetics. That's pretty crazy, man. The hell going on there? But yeah, that's okay, good. Things are lining up. Okay, great. I wish I had more commentary, but I need to stew on that a little bit. More. Okay. Well, that's that. Those are the Oscar shortlists. And now that we're at almost 52 minutes, I think we're going to leave it there, folks. And I think we're just going to maybe talk about some, things that are coming up. We don't have much coming up until after the holidays. After the holidays is really when things start dialing in. as far as, you know, the rest of the precursors happening and some of these announcements happening. Pretty much what we have now until the holidays are critics groups. So I got to be keeping an eye out on the critics groups. Other than that, we're gonna be chilling. We're gonna be chilling. What are y'all gonna be watching for Christmas? What are y'all's Christmas movies? What are y'all's Christmas movies? I'll show you what one of my Christmas movies are. And if you're watching the video podcast, you'll be seeing this. But right next to me, my first Christmas watch of this year, before I get to Home Alone 2: Lost in New York, which is my quintessential Christmas film myself, and also The Holdovers as well, is this Mamma Jamma. And now, I don't know whether this is an inspired Christmas film watch or not, but I did get the Criterion for Eyes Wide Shut that just released this year. What the hell, man? Are you kidding me with that? That's so cool. This is a Christmas film. It's not exactly a feel-good Christmas film or anything like that, but it's a Christmas film nonetheless, you know what I mean? If you haven't seen this movie, you know, it's not for everyone. It really works for me. It's one of my in fact, it might be my favorite Kubrick film outside of 2001. It's so good. It's so good. We got the 4K there, and then we got the booklet. I haven't even looked at the booklet yet here. We got the two masks exchanging saliva, and we have the Fidelio mask that Tom Cruise wears. Look at that, man. Look at that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know how readily available this Criterion is. I did find it when I was away for Thanksgiving at a shop. There's the great Sidney Pollack there. There's Todd Field, my man Todd Field, director of Tar, playing Fidelio. It's so good. This movie is so good. There she is. If you haven't seen Eyes Wide Shut, number one, it's a Christmas movie. And even though, look, man, you kidding? It's a Christmas movie, you sons of bitches. Sorry, I didn't mean that. But yeah, Eyes Wide Shut, such a good movie. It's going to be one of my first Christmas watches this year. Again, is it advised to watch this every year for Christmas? Because it really is a film that sticks with you. And it's kind of a downer. But it's so good. It's so silly. This movie is so freaking silly. But it just works for me, man. It's great. One of Cruise's best performances. Yeah, crazy movie. So yeah, that's what I'll be watching for Christmas. That, The Holdovers, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and maybe some others that I'm going to be watching with my family. So that's what's on the horizon, folks. I might be doing a podcast right before the holidays next week, but don't count on it. I think I might be busy with holiday stuff. If not, I will be probably doing a podcast before the end of the year. So stay tuned for that. For right now, I think we're going to leave it at that, folks. Again. I mean, not again. What am I going to possibly mention now that I have also mentioned before? Because it's not something that I've mentioned before on this episode, but it's something that I've mentioned before in past episodes and all my videos, is telling you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. What the hell are you doing if you're not? Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Letterboxd. Follow me on X. My handle on all three of those platforms is @OscarGuyHere. Check out my website, OscarGuyHere.com. Look at my predictions once they're updated. Other than that, y'all have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holiday, a Happy New Year. And after the holidays, we are going to be diving into the late season of this award season. And it's going to be crazy. And I hope y'all are along for the ride like I am. And it's getting exciting. It's getting exciting. It's already exciting, but it's going to get even more exciting as the month goes on. So with that, I am going to be playing the song, the outro song, and doing a manual fade in. You like that? And fading into the bridge too, no less. Thanks for listening, y'all. Thanks for watching, y'all. Until next time, Oscar Guy is out. Peace out, y'all.